something happened in a certain school. This school was losing many of their quality teachers as a result of poor remuneration. The teachers were not being paid very well. So the school management wanted to do something about it. So they called parents' meeting to discuss on the way forward. Now, parents were divided among themselves. Some were in support, some were totally against. So as the argument heated up, a parent, a man, stood up and said that he doesn't buy the idea of increasing the school fees. That even if they lose quality teachers, they should employ anyhow teachers to teach the students. After all, our president Buhari, where did he school to become our president? And there is even debate and argument whether he wrote WAEC or not. So that where one school doesn't matter. So many parents started clapping. They were almost in support of the man. They started clapping. Of course, eventually the management later increased the school fees. But this thing this man said got me thinking. And in my thinking, I realized that many parents, or many of us are not intentional in selecting schools where our children go to. Many of us don't ask questions. You just send their child to any school you feel like. Way back in my school, St. Anthony of Padua, I discovered something that made me realize the difference a school can make in the life of a child, especially the early education, primary, nursery. In that school, in my school, twin brothers, 2 boys. It happened that one of the boys was doing so well, very smart. The other one was struggling to pass. So I took interest in the one who was struggling to pass. And I handed him over to a certain teacher to help coach the boy. When the teacher started handling the boy, the teacher discovered a more basic or fundamental challenge problem. That the boy cannot even read. The boy was finding it hard to read. But this twin brother reads effortlessly. So I had to reach out to the parents to ask why. And I discovered that the 2 of them did not go to the same primary school. This one was sent to another primary school. The other one went to a different primary school. And that was where the mistake was made. Maybe the primary school the other twin brother went to was a better primary school. And the other one went to wasn't that wonderful. And it became a problem. Eventually, the boy had to repeat JS2, and the twin brother went ahead. And I realized that the school your child goes to can make a difference in shaping the destiny and the life of that child. So I want us to be intentional in selecting a school. There was a day a mother came to me and was asking me whether we have provision or space for primary school kids to live in the dormitory. I told her, no, our dormitory is for secondary school boys and girls. And the woman told me, the area I live is not good for raising a child. Even though I have a thriving business there, I wouldn't want to leave the business. And I don't want to raise my children there. I want the boy to live in the hostel to raise him in a school environment. Eventually, I had to suggest a school that has provision for raising primary school kids. And the woman sent the child there. Why I'm telling you this is that the school your child attends, the people around your children can exert a powerful influence. And the power of influence is such that it can shape the character of a child to what that child will be. This morning, we listened to an interesting story of a boy called Samuel. When Hannah gave birth to Samuel, Hannah took that child to a priest of God called Eli. and requested that this boy be raised in the house of God. And Samuel was sleeping in the sanctuary of the Most High God. It was while he was sleeping in the sanctuary that the voice of God came calling this boy, Samuel, Samuel. The boy woke up, ran to his master Eli and said, here I am since you called me. Eli said, I didn't call you. Go back to sleep. The voice came again. The boy ran to Eli. Here I am. Eli said, I didn't call you. Until the boy came a third time. Then Eli, the priest of God, reasoned, perhaps the Lord could be the one calling this boy. And he used his guidance and direction as a priest to direct the boy and told him, when the voice calls again, here is what you will say. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So Eli became a powerful teacher and a figure of influence in the life of Samuel. And Samuel went on to become one of the most consequential figures in the history of Israel. He was that man who anointed David to preside over the people of Israel. He was also the man who anointed Saul. In fact, he became God's spokesman in the land of Israel. The daily and the humble upbringing of a child goes a long way to shape the outcome of the life of a child. A certain man who sent his son to one of the elite schools around, the day he was discussing with his friends and he mentioned the amount he was paying in the school where his son attends, people around were like, are you crazy? Why are you paying that kind of amount? That even a particular school there, they do very well. The man said, I know. I didn't send my child there just to acquire the education. I also sent him there to build friendship with the children of rich people. I sent him there to get connection. That's a valid point. You will see somebody who will be saying, I want to marry the daughter of Tony Elumelu. I want to marry the daughter of Dangote. I want to marry, but you are in this simple. There is no way Tony Elumelu or Dangote will bring his son or his daughter to a school around this place. But maybe, if you go to maybe Jesuit school in Lagos or any school outside the country, you can be opportune to school with them. So, many people are intentional in selecting places and schools or environments where their children grow. Because those environments exert a powerful influence. And the influence can be positive or negative. What contributed to the overall outcome of the life of Samuel, the boy whom the voice of God called in the first reading today, was because he was sleeping in the sanctuary of God. Our people, the Igbos, used to say, no one so living in that environment is already a place of influence.